Some cars become legends because they perfectly capture the spirit of their time. The BMW E46 M3, arriving right at the start of the 2000s, was exactly that. A car that didn't just deliver impressive speed and precision, but one that offered drivers an authentic, analog experience that now is incredibly rare. It wasn't just about performance, it was about a connection and feeling behind the wheel that modern cars often fail to replicate. Enthusiasts still rave about its razor-sharp handling, iconic inline-six engine, and uniquely engaging driving character. But as BMW moved forward, chasing more power, advanced technology, and broader market appeal, something essential got lost along the way. Later models, like the powerful V8 E92 and the turbocharged G80 M3, undoubtedly pack a punch, but they haven't recaptured that intangible magic of the E46. So why can't BMW recreate this legendary recipe? Let's break down exactly what made the E46 M3 so special, and why the automotive world might never see its likes again. This is the story of BMW's ultimate driving machine, and their biggest dilemma. How do you surpass a car that was already perfect? By the end of the 90s, the car world was changing fast. Luxury brands were in a heated race, each trying to blend performance, luxury, and practicality better than the rest. Mercedes-Benz was turning heads with their aggressive AMG line, Audi had just rolled out its sporty yet refined S4, and even Japanese giants like Lexus and Acura were stepping into the performance luxury arena. BMW, known for building driver-focused luxury cars, knew the third-generation M3, the E46, had to raise the bar. BMW's previous E36 M3 had sold well, but left hardcore enthusiasts unsatisfied. Critics argued it leaned too far toward comfort and lost some of the raw driving thrill BMW fans expected. So, with the E46, BMW's engineers got to work, determined to strike the perfect balance, exhilarating performance without sacrificing everyday comfort, returning to their core mission of creating the ultimate driving machine. Developing the E46 M3 wasn't just careful, it was obsessive. Working closely with DesignWorks USA, BMW created a body that was both sleek and aggressively purposeful. Compared to the standard E46 coupe, the M3's wider wheel arches accommodated bigger wheels, giving it a muscular look that clearly announced its performance potential. Aerodynamics got special attention in wind tunnels, helping the car slice through the air more efficiently, while boosting stability at high speeds. Engineers also boosted chassis rigidity and strategically used lightweight aluminum in the suspension and hood, keeping the car agile and balanced without adding weight. But the real magic was under the hood. BMW's iconic 3.2-liter S54 inline-six engine. This naturally aspirated marvel cranked out 338 horsepower, screaming all the way to a thrilling 8,000 RPM redline, rare territory for its time. Whether paired with a crisp 6-speed manual or the innovative SMG2 gearbox, the S54 delivered explosive yet smooth power delivery. Backed by an unforgettable exhaust note, its sharp throttle response and mechanical purity delivered a level of driver engagement that fans still talk about today, marking it as one of BMW's best engines ever. Yet power wasn't the E46 M3's only trick. It was how seamlessly everything blended together. Steering was precise and tactile, thanks to BMW's legendary hydraulic power steering setup, often praised as one of the best ever created. The expertly tuned suspension and approachable power made it equally at home on twisting mountain roads or daily commutes. The E46 M3 wasn't just another sports car, it was BMW's engineering masterpiece. A perfectly tuned combination of performance, luxury, and mechanical brilliance. It set a standard so high that BMW itself has struggled to match it ever since. To truly understand why the E46 M3 became BMW's unbeatable masterpiece, it's important to dive into its history and the legacy built by the earlier E30 and E36 M3 models. Each generation set the stage and revealed how BMW's M division evolved its philosophy over time. The E30 M3, first hitting the streets in 1986, came directly from racing, a homologation special specifically designed to dominate touring car championships. With its lively 2.3-liter four-cylinder engine pushing around 200 horsepower, the E30 might not sound powerful today, but back then it was a standout due to its lightweight build at just under 2,800 pounds. This car prioritized agility, sharp handling, and a pure connection with the driver. Far more than sheer horsepower, its aggressive looks, wide wheel arches, and race-inspired aerodynamics weren't just for style. They were purposeful, directly translating its track-ready nature into public roads. Enthusiasts love the E30 for its raw analog feel, quickly turning it into an icon and laying down the blueprint for future M cars. When the E46 M3 arrived in 1992, the car industry had changed. Buyers didn't just want speed, they also wanted comfort and luxury. BMW responded by refining the M3 concept significantly. The E36 adopted a smoother inline-six engine, the S50, which initially produced 286 horsepower, which later climbed to 321 horsepower in European versions. It marked a major increase in power and torque, clearly showing BMW's intent to appeal to a broader audience. But some purist fans felt the car lost something essential along the way. Even though the E36 still had impressive handling, enhancements like better sound insulation, a more luxurious cabin, and improved daily drivability softened the raw edge that defined the E30. Critics claimed BMW diluted the pure racing spirit, creating a tension between luxurious usability and true performance. The E46 M3 undoubtedly expanded BMW's reach, but highlighted a tricky challenge: how to perfectly balance luxury, performance, and that original motorsport purity. This tension set the stage perfectly for the E46 M3, the car BMW hoped would finally get the balance just right. What made the BMW E46 M3 truly special, and so hard for BMW to recreate, was how perfectly it balanced pure driving excitement with everyday usability. The E46 M3 wasn't great at just one thing, it nailed everything, creating an unforgettable driving experience that fans and critics still talk about today. Central to the E46's charm was its legendary 3.2-liter S54 inline-six engine, one of BMW's greatest ever built, and a record-setting winner of 6 Engine of the Year awards. Pumping out 338 horsepower and revving eagerly up to 8,000 RPM, this engine didn't just have impressive numbers, it had genuine character. Its naturally aspirated design meant instant throttle response and a beautifully smooth power delivery, something today's turbocharged engines often struggle to replicate. Automotive experts praised its mechanical purity, with Car and Driver famously describing it as one of the sweetest engines to ever grace a road car. But beyond stats, the S54 created an emotional bond between driver and machine, a connection rarely found in modern cars. Supporting this exceptional engine was the E46 M3's finely tuned chassis and handling setup. BMW equipped it with an advanced suspension system featuring lightweight aluminum parts, increasing rigidity while cutting weight. The result was handling that felt precise, agile, and composed. Whether carving through tight corners on a weekend drive or cruising comfortably through daily commutes, the E46 M3 offered an unmatched balance, a trait later M cars, despite their advanced technology, couldn't quite capture. Key to this dynamic excellence was the car's hydraulic system. Widely praised for its direct, tactile feedback, the hydraulic steering transmitted subtle road details into the driver's hands, boosting confidence and enhancing the driving experience. When BMW switched to electronic steering systems in later models, this sense of natural connection diminished, leaving many enthusiasts missing the clarity of the E46. Additionally, the E46 M3 arrived at a unique moment in automotive history, perfectly positioned between analog simplicity and emerging digital complexity. It had enough modern technology to feel contemporary, yet maintained mechanical simplicity and purity, qualities that were increasingly lost in later tech-heavy M cars filled with complex driver aids and turbocharged engines. In short, the brilliance of the E46 M3 wasn't just about raw power or cutting-edge tech. Its lasting impact came from achieving an almost impossible balance: thrilling yet approachable, powerful yet intimate, advanced yet fundamentally analog. BMW raised the bar so high with the E46 that even their subsequent efforts struggle to match it, solidifying the E46 M3's place as an automotive icon that can't be replicated. When the E46 M3 hit the scene, it set a bar so high that every M3 that followed struggled to match its unique blend of excitement and practicality. Each new generation brought impressive stats and innovative tech, yet none fully captured that elusive magic that made the E46 an icon. The E92 M3 marked a big shift by swapping the iconic inline-six for a powerful 4-liter naturally aspirated V8, the S65. With 414 horsepower, a thrilling exhaust note, and a screaming 8400 RPM redline, it looked ready to lift the M3 legend even higher. Enthusiasts loved the engine's charismatic soundtrack, often praising it as one of BMW's best ever engines. However, the E92's nearly 200-pound weight gain noticeably impacted its agility and responsiveness. While the E46 felt sharp and engaging, the E92 leaned more toward grand touring, fast, comfortable, but less connected. BMW had created an incredible sports coupe, but the intimate mechanical connection of the E46 was missing. Next came the turbocharged F80 M3 and its coupe counterpart, the F82 M4. Due to stricter emission rules, BMW replaced naturally aspirated engines with the twin-turbo S55 inline-six, boosting power initially to 431 horsepower and later up to 444 horsepower in competition models. On paper, these cars delivered everything enthusiasts could want: fast acceleration, better fuel efficiency, and advanced tech for customization. But turbocharging introduced lag and lowered the rev ceiling, removing the instant throttle response fans loved in the E46 and E92. Electronic power steering replaced the precise hydraulic system, diminishing feedback and creating a disconnected driving feel. Coupled with increasingly complicated electronics designed for pure performance, the F80 felt faster but sacrificed the raw, pure driving connection. The current G80 M3 and G82 M4, introduced in 2021, went even farther, sparking immediate controversy with their polarizing design and heavy reliance on advanced technology. Powered by the potent S58 twin-turbo inline-six engine, these cars deliver up to 503 horsepower in competition spec, almost 50% more than the E46. Yet sheer power doesn't create legendary cars. The G80's significant weight increase, approaching nearly 2 tons, and extensive electronic aids further distance drivers from the experience. Although undeniably quick, critics and drivers often feel insulated, missing the agile, responsive handling that defined earlier models. Advanced driver assistance systems and digital interfaces dominate the interior, prioritizing comfort, luxury, and raw speed over tactile feedback and emotional engagement. This direction makes the latest M3 an impressive technological feat, but it lacks the genuine, driver-focused spirit BMW once championed. A special note goes to the E92 M3, often considered the closest successor to the E46. Despite its shortcomings, the E92's outstanding V8, exciting exhaust note, and balanced chassis offered flashes of its predecessor's brilliance. However, even at its best, the E92's extra complexity, increased weight, and muted steering feel highlighted why it never quite captured the pure essence of the E46. Ultimately, each new generation of the M3 reflects a broader industry shift toward higher power figures, advanced tech, and a wider market appeal. While this approach expanded BMW's audience, it simultaneously moved the brand farther from the pure, unfiltered joy of the E46. BMW's difficulty in recreating the E46 isn't about engineering limitations. It's about conscious choices driven by market demands, regulations, and shifting consumer tastes. By evolving the M3 for broader appeal, BMW unintentionally created a gap perfectly filled only by the E46. A car balanced precisely between raw emotion and refined practicality. Decades later, the E46 M3 remains unmatched, a lasting tribute to BMW's perfect mistake. The BMW E46 M3 arrived at exactly the right moment in automotive history, perfectly straddling the line between analog past and digital future. In the early 2000s, technology was there to enhance, not overshadow, the driving experience. This allowed the E46 to fully capture BMW's original vision for its M division. Precise engineering matched with genuine, tactile feedback. Its legendary S54 inline-six engine, famous for its silky smooth power delivery and thrilling 8,000 RPM redline, was among the last great naturally aspirated engines before stricter emissions rules forced manufacturers towards turbocharging. Because of this, the E46 maintained a raw mechanical purity that future models couldn't replicate. Strategically, BMW later shifted focus, emphasizing power figures and advanced tech and broad appeal. Newer M3 generations grew increasingly complex, filled with electronics that reduced the direct connection drivers loved about the E46. Regulatory demands further pushed BMW away from simplicity, causing compromises in steering precision, throttle responsiveness, and handling feel. In a way, the E46 M3 became BMW's perfect mistake because it struck an ideal balance between complexity and simplicity, arriving just before stricter emission standards, safety rules, and changing tastes permanently reshaped the car industry. BMW's later attempts to recreate this balance inevitably missed the mark, because what made the E46 special, its timing, technology, and philosophy, was something that simply couldn't be replicated. Today, the BMW E46 M3 holds legendary status among car enthusiasts, collectors, and motorsport fans alike. Its iconic appearance as the M3 GTR on the cover of Need for Speed Most Wanted didn't just boost its popularity, it inspired a whole generation, turning gamers into dedicated car enthusiasts. Decades later, it continues to resonate, celebrated widely for its timeless blend of performance and driving purity. The BMW E46 M3 represents a unique moment in automotive history, a perfectly balanced combination of driving purity, engineering precision, and genuine excitement. With its high-revving, naturally aspirated engine, precise hydraulic steering, and expertly tuned chassis, the E46 embodies BMW's original M philosophy more authentically than any model before or since. Despite BMW's best efforts, newer generations, though undeniably powerful and technologically advanced, have consistently struggled to recreate the emotional depth and tactile connection that defined the E46 M3. This perfect mistake symbolizes the paradox of automotive progress. Sometimes moving forward means losing a bit of authenticity. Yet, because BMW can never replicate its magic, the E46 M3 remains an iconic car, celebrated, preserved, and cherished as a lasting example of what truly makes an M car the ultimate driving machine.